us. If you missed anything, Odyssey.com, rewind. Paulie, what do you got?
So this is from an unnamed texter. Eagles barely beat the Rams, but were saved by the weather. Lions had a good chance of beating them even with the injuries.
Okay. Tell yourself whatever you want, because the one thing I know for certainty, you're home. Like, you can live in delusion. This is the thing that needs to change with this fan base. And it only comes through strife and pain and suffering and failure. You need to get a grip on reality. Because I think for all year, and Jim Costa represents all that is evil with this fan base, it is this whole idea that you are somehow the anointed, that you are somehow on your third super. There is one fan base who gets to behave that way, and they reside in Kansas City. You do not get to be that way. And you know how I know that? Because a former player who comes on this station said as much this morning. And I've never been prouder of Thomas John Lang. Outside of the time I saw him beat Wade Boggs' record for drinking beers on the lake.
Oh, boy.
The point I make is, TJ even said it. You haven't earned the right to act that way. But go ahead. Tell yourself when you couldn't beat a rookie quarterback last week that you would have beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
But they went 15-2.
It doesn't matter. Because now in the post-haste, when we really look back all of it, how many really good teams they actually play?
2. You played the Rams week 1, and you won because you won the coin toss, and I guess the Texans on the road.
There's your 2, okay? So the point is, now that we look back, you go, you know what? It was a hell of a regular season. We did our job against teams we were supposed to do our job against, but the reality is we were never as good as we thought. Not post-injuries. That was the whole reason when the Carlton Davis-Aleem thing happened, that's where I opted out. And I go, we're not winning the Super Bowl. But go ahead. You can ticket text until you're blue in the face.
I think also when you autopsy the season, your division wasn't as strong as you thought it was either.
Oh,
because everyone got schooled in the playoffs.
Rico called it the Big 12. 40-11. The combined records of the 3 teams that made it, 0 playoff wins. And I hate the fact he's right. That kills me inside.
This is from an unnamed texter. Last year changed me. Nothing matters but winning the Super Bowl. Season starts when the playoffs start.
Okay, see, that's the question I ask people to start 3 o'clock is, did this season and then this weekend of not being involved in championship weekend after you were last year, and you had this 15-2 record, it resulted in nothing. Has it changed how you view your team? Meaning, not how much you love them, not how deeply you burn for a Super Bowl, but in the innocence is kind of gone. It's you become weathered to where now, if they go 12-5 next year, do you care? What did we do in the playoffs?
Mm-hmm. If they don't win the division, I don't think you care.
I just think it's a stripping of the innocence. You have 2 years where you could have got it done. I think I can say should have got it done when you're up 17 in San Francisco. Should have.
Well, I can say this also, that because you won the division 2 times in a row, you have nothing to show for it. So does it really mean anything that you have to win the division? Because I think for a lot of Lions fans, they thought, okay, but if we ever have to play the championship game again, it's got to be in Detroit. And once it's in Detroit, there's no way we're going to lose, except for you didn't get there. You lost to the Commanders.
If you're a Lions fan, are you at all concerned that all your losses this year were at home?
Wow. Paul from the deep 3 right there. Wow.
No, I'm going to say no, but I think I am guilty of something, and I can admit my faults. I think I've probably overstated the home field advantage. I think I still am a little bit seduced from last year in the playoffs where I've never heard crowd noise like that. You know what? Like last weekend, crowd was fine, but I don't think it was great.
No, it wasn't. Well, it probably started off fine, and then, the Commanders scored, and then they scored again, and then at that point, it was, oh, boy. Now you're playing the math game in your head. Okay, if we could just score here and stop them, and then maybe we go for 2, and if this and if that, and while you're doing all of that math in your head, they just kept scoring.
Mm-hmm.
I think what happened in that game, honestly, was that fans went into that game thinking, I'm going to make some TikTok videos in the stands. It's going to be a party. We don't have to worry about this. And then, like you said, Rico, after a couple scores, they're like, wait a second, do we actually have to pay attention to this game?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened was we're here. we probably should have sold our tickets, but we're here. We're going to be fans. We're going to enjoy this. Let's make sure we document everything and put it up on social media. #grit. And we're going to the Super Bowl. And yeah. And then before you know it, you're like, put the phone down. We need to root for this team.
So that's my question is, do you think this year changed people? And again, maybe people don't. And look, they're calling up about a lot of other things. I'm not salty about it. It's just, I wonder if man, this is awesome. We're taking over towns, regular season fiestas. Does that all go away now? Now that you understand, you truly understand. Last year was a magic carpet ride. This year was the weight of expectation. Neither got home. Now do you approach this where it's win or bust? Because I'm sorry, I don't view it like yes, 15-2 is great. It resulted in nothing. A titanic nothing burger. Part of it is their fault. Part of it is terrible luck with injuries. But next year, I couldn't imagine fans doing what they did this year, knowing it's only what you do in the postseason that truly defines greatness. Yeah. No one remembers all of the wonderful regular season teams that didn't win anything. I mean, like, is anyone going to remember these Bills teams? No. These Buffalo Bills teams will be a footnote in history.
They get lumped together as one team that just couldn't get past Mahomes.
Yeah, right. They're the Utah Jazz with John Stockton.
Yeah.
248-539.
Good call.
I try. It's, again, showing my age. Friday, it was a Sega Genesis blast, and now today it's this.
Stockton and Malone. Yeah.
Losers. John Stockton was so overrated. They padded his stats. They gave him a ton of free assists. It's a joke.
They're basically, they could be the Sacramento Kings of the early 2000s.
There you go. And that's my point. Nobody remembers. So I think it's fascinating to see how people, I don't know, alter their perspective. If they alter their perspective. Go to Sam, 97.1. Sammy, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, good afternoon. I got two statements. So after I say this first one, I'm going to need you to hit that chair drop button.
Okay.
This is about Lions fans when they were playing the Commanders. Oh, we're playing the Commanders. Easy. We're going to the Super Bowl. Yeah, there you go. That's exactly what happened. Second, I'm not going to watch the Super Bowl because the Lions aren't in it, and I'm just over. What I do have to look forward to, and something I know you like, well, you don't like, is watching Sister Jean in March Madness.
Oh, Jesus. No. Well, first of all, we'd have to go to Rico to find out if they're going to make it.
Probably have to win their tournament.
Okay, too bad. Hate to see it. Look, Sam, I got to be honest. I didn't realize Sister Jean was still with us. What is she, 110?
Yeah. Of course, when she had her birthday, everybody said, make sure you let Mike know it's her birthday.
Yeah, mate, man, you know what? I'd like to let you know that she's not nearly as nice as she's put out to be. And that she knows exactly where the cameras are. And I don't like her. You know what else I don't like? Stop tying balloon animals to this poor woman like she's a tree. Jeez, man. They do. They tie balloons to the woman.
100 years old and you just have bad things to say about her.
No. People in college basketball have had some bad things to say about her. She's not so nice.
Oh, Mike's breaking news.
Just like Martha Stewart. She wasn't very nice.
Well, you know, she's got street cred.
I'm just making the point to you.
She's hardcore.
Okay. You know what? We'll get your calls and ticket texts.
She's got that brownie tramp stamp.
Wait, what?
I'm kidding. It's Martha Stewart.
Okay. Do me a favor. Turn this microphone off. 97.1.